my God, you guys. I can't even with what just happened. Whew. Talking about Mercury Retrograde Survival Guide. Wow. Okay. Let me get my shit together here. Whew. I wish you could have seen me. I wish you could see, I wish you could have seen what just happened, because y'all know me. I'm ready to go about 5 to 6 minutes before, and I'm always like, off we go. And I was ready. And I have a new ring light, which I'm very excited about, because the new ring light has 2 holders, so I don't have to, you know, prop up my things in all the different ways. So I'm like, yay! This is so exciting. So I sit down to actually put my phone in the thingies, and it just all falls apart. It just totally breaks. Like, I don't know, I didn't screw anything in properly. So I'm sitting here like, oh my God. Because I literally thought it was going to take me 30 seconds to put my phone in and then just press go. But it did not. So finally, I literally, like, I could not make it work. Like, I could not figure out how to do it. So I took it apart. And I've jerry-rigged the situation. I've got 1.5 ring lights working. So, thank you for trusting me with your Mercury retrograde survival tips. Clearly, I will have a bevy of information to share with you. Oh, my Lord Almighty. Let me put some perfume on. And then, what are we going for this morning? I'm gonna go for Memoirs of a Woman of Pleasure. Oh my Lord. Okay, so, hello. Good morning. Let me do my hand. Good morning. It's Friday, clearly. It's Friday and it's the 28th. And we are about to head into Mercury retrograde. So we're gonna talk about that this morning. And I also was feeling like you guys would like a card pull. So I have my Earth Magic deck with us this morning. And we're gonna do that game that I like to play on the moon calls, where I'm gonna tell you to pick some sort of sensory item and then pull a card for you, depending on which sensory item you've picked. So we're gonna do that this morning. And then I also have, for whatever reason, we'll see how this goes, I've got Isis here. See what she wants to do. So good morning, everybody. Hi. Let me see if I've said hello to everybody. Hello, hi Jonna, welcome. Hi Rosa, hi Randy. Hi Stacy, yeah, this week, oh my goodness. Hi Lisa. Hello, Valley Girl all the way. Good morning, Denise. Hi Michelle. Hello. Hi. And then hello, Kim. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Zoe. Hi, Claudia. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Rose. Hi, Cindy. Whoops. Good morning, everybody. All right. Hey, Sarah. Here we are. Hey, Julie. Hi, Lisa. Okay, so let's get to it. All right. Mercury goes retrograde tomorrow. I've been telling you guys, if you've been, listening to me talk for a minute, retrograde is not a time to fear. It is a time to roll with the punches. And here we are. So it's actually, it's pretty poetic, honestly, that this happened this morning, because you have to have a little bit of elasticity in your feels when it comes to Mercury retrograde, because you are likely going to face a few challenges when it comes to timing, to things moving according to quote unquote plans, and all of that, because Mercury rules the house of communication, right? And so communication, electronics, kind of like transport in a way. So just kind of know that during this period of time, those things can be a little tricky. And right now, it's even trickier with communication because Mercury is in Gemini and it is home in Gemini. And Gemini, which we are in Gemini season right now, is, this lots of thoughts, much thoughts, loves all kinds of different concepts and learning new things, and has, basically multiple personalities in one, and very short attention span. Boop, 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 all over the place. And so combine that with a retrograde, and we have a wonderful concoction for misunderstanding what people are saying, communicating. Does that mean you just don't talk to people for the next, 30 days or so? Maybe that's what you do, if you can swing it. But otherwise, no, that doesn't mean that. And it doesn't mean that, you shouldn't address concerns with your partner. It doesn't mean you shouldn't move forward on any plans. That's not what it means. It just means things have slowed down. And when they slow down, take a minute and really look at them. It slows them down so you can actually see them. And you can truly see what you may not have seen before when you're moving too fast, right? So for example, when it comes to communication with another person, pay attention to how epically you may be understood or misunderstood, how your words can literally come out of your mouth and be transformed into a completely different shape and form. We talked about this in the channeling last night, I think. That kind of rings a bell. Did I say something about balloons? I don't know. But the general idea of that is to show you how once your energy leaves your body, once you've spoken, once the thought goes out, you are no longer in control of it, right? It's its own living entity. And based on another person's perception, it can be changed into anything, truly anything at all. And sense and reason really doesn't have any place here because we all have our own versions of that, right? So just keep that in mind when communicating. Communication does not assume comprehension. So that is important too. The people in your life who you have been developing clear communication with now, probably in the past, 6 weeks or so, have you noticed that there are certain people in your life that you really have been able to heal a lot of your own throat chakra issues with and start interfacing with them on a very honest level? Those relationships receive a supercharged burst during this retrograde. I guess that's what I'm hearing. So what that means is that those relationships that you have been investing your time in and healing your own issues around communication and being heard, not being misunderstood. If you are misunderstood, not becoming upset about it, but instead discussing it, that kind of stuff. All of those relationships that you've been doing that in the past 6 weeks, again, they're going to receive a super burst of goodness during this retrograde, because you are going to really see the difference between people who are actively seeking to comprehend you and people who just want to take your energy and fuck it up, okay? So watch that during this retrograde season, because it is a thing. So the people who don't take your words and your energy and turn it into something for their own devices, those are going to be the people that you're going to want close. Those are going to be the ones. Those are your homies, okay? So this period of time for a lot of us, and if you did not watch the channeling last night, I suggest doing that. I'm going to be going through a transcription of that this morning at some point and pulling out some of the main points, and I'll be doing over the next week or so, putting that in little chunks on TikTok. So if you follow me on TikTok, head over there, follow, and you'll be able to see like the main chunks will start coming through. But, you know, basically, as we head into the split, the idea is that some of us are going to be in fifth dimensional energy experiencing it, and it's going to be very different than those who are in third dimensional energy experiencing it. And I think it's very safe to say that the people who you're speaking to who are not comprehending you are going to be the ones who are staying in third dimensional energy. That being said, the split, the whole point of it is unification. So it's a split for a moment so that these people can wake up, and so that you can create containers in which to help them when they're ready. And then boom, they're gonna be like, what, aliens, all the things, I can't believe it. And you'll be like, yeah, let me help you with that. Come over here. I have a thing about aliens. So it's gonna be that kind of energy. So for those of you who are tuned into me right now, it's safe to say you've likely chosen the fifth dimensional path because you're already in this energy. So what do you need to know to quote unquote survive Mercury retrograde? And I just say that because it was sensational. It sounded sensational. Of course you're going to survive it. I mean, duh. But all you need to know is this is a time for observation. Okay? Watch everything. Take note of everything. Notice how one thing affects the other thing. Notice how this thing affecting this thing makes you feel. And just be that person. Act like you are, like you've taken a trip to some exotic location and you are on safari, and it's your job to like observe all of these new animals and creatures and ecosystems for like National Geographic, okay? And so you are just being nice and quiet. You're not disturbing the natural way of things. You're letting the poor gazelle get eaten by the lion instead of saving the gazelle from the lion. You know what I'm saying? You're just watching. You're not putting yourself in there and interfering with the natural process of things. You're just taking notes and understanding the lay of the land and letting that inform you. It's Gemini season, letting it inform all the aspects of you, letting it open your mind up, letting your energies integrate all the stuff that's coming through for you right now, and making yourself feel stronger and more sovereign, and just generally speaking, having that kind of confidence that, the energies are working with you, not against you. So that is quite honestly all you need to know about this retrograde. Observe. Be prepared for your ring lights to fall apart 30 seconds before your live video, and reapply deodorant several times a day. What am I gonna say? Like, just be ready for things to not go smoothly and be happy when they do. But when you're living in flow, quite honestly, the things that don't go smoothly, you understand they're not going smoothly for a reason. And I think it was Claudia asked a question last night during channeling, is it safe to travel during like the summer solstice time? Because we're hearing a lot of chatter about some big things happening. And the answer to that is, if you're not safe to travel, you'll get a clear message that it's not safe to travel. Either some, weird thing will happen that makes you miss your flight, or you'll get a feeling. And you need to listen to your feeling, and that's all. That's how we're living now. We're living in the present moment and allowing ourselves to be informed by the energy that's here at hand as we navigate, right? So, is that helpful? I feel like that's all there is to say about that. It's very uncomplicated for us right now. It is off we go, observing and taking notes on our little safari adventure, so that on the other side of solstice, we can all compare notes and say, okay, so I'm gonna do this and you're gonna do that, and we're gonna make this and make that, and it's gonna be good. Creating a whole new earth. Yay! Don't worry about the trips. Don't worry about the trips. Don't have anxiety about it. There's no point. You can still travel, you can still do the things. If you wake up on the day of your traveling time and you seriously receive a message that's like, don't go, then don't go, right? Trust yourself. Okay? Easy peasy, guys. That's where I'm at this morning. All right, so we're gonna do the card stuff now. Would also like to remind you, I think that there are a few readings left for next week. If you're interested in a private reading, you can either DM me or find the link in my Instagram somewhere. So for today, I'm going to give you 3 things, okay? And you're going to pick which one resonates most with you. So just take a moment, take a nice deep breath. Let it go. And I want you to think about anything you want to know right now. What do you need a little insight into? What is it? Is it a relationship? Is it just the energies for the weekend? What is it? What's your question? Or what's the energy that you're seeking clarification on? If there's nothing that you can think of, then just say in your mind, just tell me what I need to know right now, okay? And here are your 3 things. We're gonna go with textures today, all right? So we're gonna go with seersucker, polished wood, so seersucker, polished wood, sorry, and the way it feels when you run your hand down a glass bottle, piece of glass. So seersucker, polished wood, glass bottle. Comment what yours are, and I'm gonna start shuffling, okay? Seersucker, polished wood, or glass bottle. What texture are you feeling today? I can't wait to see what everyone's picking. Oh my Lord. We have a lot of polished wood. We've got some glass bottles coming through. Yay, Jennifer, you got the seersucker. Stacy says glass bottle of vodka. You're not wrong. Oh my goodness. Kaylin's got wood as well. That's what she said. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm sorry, I'm just tickling myself this morning. I'm not sorry. It's good to be amused with your own self. All right. Claudia, it's that like fabric that is like they make summer suits out of, that's like kind of like a white and light blue pinstripe with a kind of puckered texture. You have to Google it when we get off of here. It's very specific. All right. Has anybody picked? I think we have one seersucker, right? So far. Okay. Well, anyway, seersuckers first. What an interesting texture to like, and what an interesting word, like seersucker. 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 That is so weird. All right, well, here you go. Here's seersucker. All right, so for seersucker people, it's meadow. This card says meadow and vulnerability. Okay, so for those of you who chose seersucker, and obviously for everybody, but being out in nature right now during this retrograde period is basically your lifeline. Anytime you feel the energy on you in a way that feels kind of like crushing or heavy on your chest or on your shoulders, go take a walk outside. Get in nature. It will just immediately lighten you and you'll feel so much better. The other thing is, part of the reason that you're feeling that crushing feeling right now is because you have been, I'm reminded of a Mary J. Blige song, I think it is. It's like, you've been so strong for so long. And that is the feeling. of this card. It's like you've been so strong for so long and have really, really tried to not be the person to complain about your feelings, or to, kind of get in the way of plans because you don't feel good, or, anything like that. You'll mitigate your own feelings for the greater good of those around you. And that isn't working anymore. And that crushing feeling is actually the feeling of you getting rid of that. So when you feel that heavy, go outside and release. Off you go. Okay? That is seersucker. Next up, we have polished wood. Things I didn't think I'd be saying on a Friday morning before 9 o'clock. Polished wood. By the way, do you guys like this? Like, do you like me doing these kind of card things? I was asking myself this morning, is like, do people get tired of card pulls? You know what I mean? Do you get tired of them? Oop, well, here's polished wood right here. Okay, polished wood people. Oh my God, Alicia, me too. I love that. In fact, those of you who have been with me for a minute, I think almost all of my meditations, like last year, were all in a meadow. Okay, so polished wood people. Gaia. It's Gaia. Look, it's the world. It's here she is. There she is. How beautiful. So polished wood people. Similar message, but not quite. Nature, again, is refuge and where you can go to feel more like yourself. But this message for polished wood people is actually to become very well acquainted with what it means for you to be grounded. And what does that mean? Take a look at your big three: your sun, your moon, and your rising. Okay? You are not just your sun. You are not just your rising. You're not just your moon. But take a look at the three of those and ask yourself which of the elements, or how many of the elements, which of them feel most like you to you. Okay? For example, if you are like a triple earth sign, being grounded for you is the typical grounded thing. It's going to be, very like plugged into the earth, solid, just really like down here, right? But if you're an air sign, if you're predominantly air, your version of being grounded feels nothing like that. So ask yourself this question based off of your constitution. What does it feel like when you are in your body? When you're in your body, what's that feeling? What are the moments when you feel most like you? What are you doing when you are doing that? And take that as your guide to grounding yourself. Grounding is simply meaning being in your body, pulling yourself into your body. So don't think you need to feel like an earth sign. If you literally have no earth in you, you will constantly be chasing that carrot and you will never get it. So figure out what your constitution is and then ask yourself, for your unique constitution, how does it feel to be grounded in your particular body? Okay, that's polished wood. Okay, next up, glass bottle. Crystal water soothes me as well. For me, I'm a Scorpio sun, Sagittarius moon, and Cancer rising. So I have a lot of water and I've got fire. And so for me, being around water, but not necessarily in it, feels best for me. So like if I'm sitting like on a rock in the middle of a creek, nothing better for me. I'm really in my body and feeling wonderful. So it's just figuring out what works for you. All right, glass bottle people. You ready? Sorry. Hey, Pisces rising. How you hanging? Did you find me from TikTok? I feel like your name is looking familiar to me. All right. Glass bottle people. You have winter solstice. I think that says, yeah, it says reflection, winter solstice. Winter solstice for the glass bottle people. Okay, so this is doubling down on the message that I said a minute ago, which was about retrograde time being a time to just observe everything. For glass bottle people, take this even further. This is going into it's an inner, go inside. Take this time to really, really, really ask yourself how you feel and let yourself receive the answers by your observation of the things happening around you. So winter solstice is kind of that, you know, it's the shortest day of the year and it is the darkest, right? So we are really pulling all of our energy in, glass bottle people. In fact, I would highly suggest, well, everyone can do this, obviously, but for glass bottle people especially, do that thing where you take a minute every so often in the course of your day and just call your energy back in, and especially call it back in the morning and before you go to bed at night. Call all of your energy in from all the places, from all the people, bring it in and have it here. Have yourself completely here in the present moment, because that's going to help you to stay on that observation track and to really be able to trust your feelings, because it's only your energy going through you. So boundaries, all of your energy, and stay in that observation place as much as possible during this retrograde season. So that is glass bottle. Okay. So these 3 cards were the ones, and I will probably, sometimes I say I'm gonna do stuff and I don't do it. I'm so sorry, guys. I told you I need an assistant. I'm literally like boop, 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 all over this place, and Gemini season is not helping. But I'm gonna do my best to post these in my stories so you can take a look at them if you want. And I will also, for members of Restoration, I have not forgotten about posting the cards for the call, but I was waiting until pretty much everybody picked if they were a Twizzler or not, so that I wasn't skewing the deck with that. So I will post that in our Restoration stuff and in stories, so you'll have that. And yeah, so I think that's all we need to talk about. I hope that was helpful. If it was helpful, please share and tell your friends. And again, follow me on TikTok, because I'm going to be taking chunks of last night's channeling and putting them in to TikTok in little digestible pieces so you can get the highlights from there, okay? Have an amazing weekend. It's a holiday weekend, it turns out, and that means whatever it means for you. I hope you have a nice time. Around here in Central PA, it's gonna be cold, but that's okay, no big deal. We got this. Sending you lots of love. I will see you again on Monday morning, 8:30. I'm not taking that day off because, like I've told you before, I really like doing these. It's my fave. So love you lots. Mwah. Reach out if you need anything. Remember, there's private readings still available. You can find that in the link in my profile, or send me a DM. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and follow.